Well, let me say that this is worse than Thai time, but this was not our control. But anyway, welcome to our story dinner with music. I'm Yoshimi, and so happy to welcome all of you here. I would like to ask my team members to introduce themselves. So please start from Takaaki. Please お願いします。
はい、バイオリニストの白井貴明です。今回もバイオリンの演奏と、配信のエンジニアとして、お手伝いさせていただきます。よろしくお願いします。
I will translate. So my name is Takaaki Shirai. I'm a violinist, but at the same time as I perform in this event, I'm also working as a technical supporter for the team. So I'm glad to see all of you and hope you enjoy. Thank you. じゃあ、萌ちゃん、please go ahead.
Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Moeno. I'm Yoshimi's friend and currently live in the UK. I'm joining this event today as a supporter to make sure the event goes smoothly. So if you find any kind of problems regarding the sound or you cannot access to the tipping system, please let us know. I hope you will enjoy the readings by my friend Yoshimi, as well as the beautiful violin performance by Takaaki. Thank you.
Great, thank you. So as I wrote earlier, this event is for us to get together, get connected with you all. So please feel free to send comments, send highs, wave at us, and cheer us up, especially after this rough time of the technical problems. And we also have a tip system because all the tip and the donation will go to the Bookworm Foundation that I'm running in Thailand, as well as the performances of the Takaaki. So Takaaki, please go ahead and explain how you can use the tipping system. はい、お願いします。
今回も投げ銭を設置させていただいてますが、まず、リアルタイムの投げ銭はペイパルでのみ行えます。
So we have a tipping system embedded here, but this is only for those of you who can use PayPal. I will explain for the other ways later on. はい。
まずこの後、萌ちゃんから URL が送られますので、そちらの URL を開いて、必要事項を入力してください。
So after this, Moeno will send the link for the tipping system. So tipping system, I mean tip system. And so please click the link that will be sent in the comment section by Moeno. はい。
まずユーザー名を入力していただきます。ユーザー名に必要なのはアルファベットのみ、数字やスペースを使わないでアルファベットのみで記入してください。
So once you are brought to the website, you have to set up your username. It's just for this thing. It's not like registration or anything. You just have to make up a name for yourself. It can be your name or whatever. And for that, please use just alphabet. Do not use spaces or punctuations or numbers. This is the link, right? これ送られた？
送られた。
Oh, okay.
Yes,
so
I
this is
just
the
saw it,
link.
yeah.
Moeno already sent it in the comment section. So this is the link that you have to click. はい。
はい。その後ですね、金額とそして添えていただくメッセージを入力していただきます。そうしますと、チップボタンが押せるようになりますので押していただき、ペイパルで支払うというボタンが出てきますのでそちらをクリックしてください。
Alright, so after you set your username, you have to choose how much you want to tip. And if you want, you can also write a message to us. And then please press tip button. Then it will bring you to the next screen that you can choose the way to tip, but you can only choose PayPal. Please choose PayPal for the choice of means of transaction. And then press OK. はい。
はい。ペイパルのログイン画面が出てきますので、そちらでお持ちのペイパルにログインをして決済をしていただきますと、画面上に、アニメーションとメッセージとサウンドが流れますので、ぜひ試してみてください。
Okay, so once you have selected PayPal, then you will be brought to your PayPal account login page. You have to how do you say, put in your account information like your email address or your username, I guess, and then you can press pay now or something like that. Then once it's complete, then on our screen here we will be able to see some kind of cartoon, and the message and the sound will be somebody, thank you very much. Was Takaaki kun やりました？
やってないです。
Did you do it? Oh, thank you. Somebody already did it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Oh, I appreciate that. So that's how it sounds and looks like. So please go ahead, whoever you feel like. Thank you so much. And please, I would like to hear from you a lot for comments, and any feedback would be highly appreciated so that we know that you are there. Okay, shall we go ahead then? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So before we serve you the appetizer, we have an aperitif or one sip of small drink for you, which is a little piece of music from Takaaki. What will it be? Takaaki, can you explain? じゃあ1曲目お願いします。説明を。
はい、1曲目は皆さんにレストランに来ていただいたウェルカムミュージックとして、ゆったりと過ごしていただきたいと思いまして、ボッケリーニのメネットという曲をお届けいたします。
So as a first welcome drink, sort of, he has chosen a very small and lovely piece called Menuet by Boccherini. I think it's Italian composer, I guess. Okay, じゃあお願いします。Please go ahead, enjoy your welcome drink, everyone. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the lovely small piece. Before we go to the appetizer, I would like to show you a little bit of the Bookworm Foundation, what we do. As many of you may know, Bookworm Foundation is an organization in northern Thailand that I have set up in 2010. And now we have 3 main projects. Library projects that comprised of community library services and mobile library services, and literacy projects for ethnic minority children who lives in the mountainous areas in around the library area, and Nun Books project, which is a project that we produce and disseminate universal design picture books for children with and without disabilities. And today I have a little video clip from Rang Mai Library, which is the which is the community library in Prao district in Chiang Mai. I've asked my colleague Nupnik to take a small video to show you how it looks like. Moe-chan, please go ahead and share the screen. I will translate alongside.
Okay.
สวัสดีค่ะค่ะชื่อ
Hello,
นุกนิกนะคะเป็น
my name is
เจ้าหน้าที่
Nupnik.
ของห้องสมุดรังไหมค่ะวันนี้
I'm a
ก็จะพา
library
ทุกคนนะ
staff
คะ
at Ramai Library.
ชมบรรยากาศของห้องสมุดรังไหมนะคะก็
I want you to
ไปดูกันเลย
see
ค่ะ
the atmosphere of the Ramai Library. So let's go
อันนี้นะคะ
together.
เป็นป้ายหน้าห้องสมุดรังไหมนะคะ
Here
ถ้าทุก
is
คนมาถึง
the
ก็จะเห็นป้าย
here is a signboard of Ramai Library that you see first thing in front of the library when you come.
ป้ายนี้นะคะเป็นอันดับแรกเลยนะคะ ก็จะมีต้นไม้ค่ะประดับอยู่ ทางซ้าย
And
มื
you
อ
can
นะคะ
see trees on your left.
ค่ะอย่างต้นนี้นะคะก็จะเป็นต้นพุทธสุภโชคนะคะ ก็ที่ประเทศไทยนะคะ ก็จะเชื่อว่าถ้าปลูกต้นไม้นี้ก็จะมีโชคลาภนะคะ
This is a lucky tree in Thailand.
ดอกสีขาว
White
ก็มีต้นไม้
flowers.
ต้นอื่นๆนะคะ มีกล้วยไม้มีชวนชมนะคะ
Other trees and orchids are also
ก็
there.
จะเป็นป้ายห้องสมุดรังไหมนะคะ มีทั้งภาษาไทย ภาษาอังกฤษแล้วก็ภาษาญี่ปุ่นนะคะ
This is the signboard of Lamai Library in Japanese, English, and Thai. ค่ะนี่ก็เดินเข้ามานะคะ Okay, let's walk inside.
ค่ะพอเข้ามาปุ๊บนะคะ ทางขวามือของเรานะคะ ก็จะเป็นเคาน์เตอร์สำหรับบรรลักษ์นะคะ วันนี้แม่นกก็อยู่ด้วยนะคะแม่นกบรรลักษ์นะคะ
This is Miss Nok, the
Uh,
librarian, who is waiting for us at the counter, library
ทาง
counter,
ซ้ายมือ
on the
นะคะจะเป็น
right-hand
โซน
side.
เด็กนะคะก็จะมีหนังสือเป็นหนัง
Left
สื
hand,
อ
left hand
นะคะ
side is
สำหรับ
the
เด็กๆจะมาเปิดอ่านตรงนี้ได้ค่ะ
left hand side is a kids corner with some books and big books for children who come and visit the library.
แล้วก็จะมีของเล่นนะคะ มี
We have
ลูกฟุต
toys,
บอลตุ๊กตานะคะ
footballs, dolls.
ตรงนี้ก็จะเป็นชั้นหนังสือแนะนำนะ
There
คะ
are
ก็
some
จะมีการ
bookshelves.
เปลี่ยนเวียนในทุกๆเดือนนะคะ
This is recommended books section that we change every
นี้
month.
ก็จะเป็นนิตยสารค่ะ
And this is the magazine area.
ทางขวามือนะคะก็จะเป็นชั้นหนังสือ อย่างเช่นหนังสือภาษานะคะ
Yeah.
หนังสือคห
Many
กรรม
different kind
ค่ะ
of books, languages,
Ah.
cookbooks, health, languages,
เรื่องสั้นนะคะ จิตวิ
short
ทยาศาส
stories,
นา
psychology, philosophy, religion.
ค่ะตรงนี้ก็จะมี โต๊ะนะคะสำหรับนั่งอ่านหนังสือนะคะก็จะมี2 ถึง 3 โต๊ะนี่ค่ะแล้วก็จะมีเป็นเคาน์เตอร์บาร์นะคะก็มีต้นไม้ให้บรรยากาศร่มรื่นนะคะเป็นต้นกระบองเพชรเนี่ยค่ะ
We have some tables and counters that the library visitors can sit down and enjoy reading.
ค่ะก็จะเป็นมุมนวนิยายนะคะก็จะมีเยอะมากนะคะเพราะว่าเป็นมุมยอดฮิตนะคะของสมาชิกทุกคนนะคะที่ค่อนข้างจะมาหยิบยืมบ่อยนะคะ
The behind us is the novels and romance section, which is the most popular section. So we have lots of books over there.
ค่ะก็บรรยากาศคร่าวๆของห้องสมุดรังไหมวันนี้ก็มีเพียงเท่านี้ค่ะ
So this was the atmosphere of Ramai Library. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, thank you,
Thank you,
Moe-chan,
Yoshimi.
Thank you for stopping from time to time. I think the sound was much clearer than just last time that we practiced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
Good. Then let's go on to the appetizer, as many of you might be feeling hungry still.
Yeah.
So for the appetizer, what would be our music? Takaaki-kun, お願いします。
はい。次は前菜ということで、とてもチャーミングな、曲をお届けします。ゴセックのガボットという曲をお届けします。
Yep. So this is a very charming piece. We've chosen Gavot by Gosek. Okay, よろしくお願いします。
はい。
Thank you. So enjoy
Okay, so about the
listening.
story, what we're gonna hear.
Oh, yeah, for the story. I forgot about my story. So as for my reading, I've chosen some poetries.
Good evening, YO and everyone.
Who is that? Who is this?
Good evening.
Good evening. Who is that, Moe-chan?
I'm checking now. Isabella Sirirungruang.
พี่ป้อม สวัสดีค่ะ Thanks to have you here. Thank you so much from Thailand. I'm so happy to have you. Yeah, so I've chosen some poetry from different time. So some are very old, some you may even know, and some are very modern and quite down to earth. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so let's start from the music. じゃあ、白井くんお願いします。Enjoy, guys. Enjoy the first plate. Roses are red by Mother Goose. The rose is red. The violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, and so are you. I like pizza by Justin Worthy. Pepperoni is red. Cheese is food. I like pizza. How about you? Goblin Market by Christina Rossetti. Morning and evening, Maze heard the goblins cry. Come buy our orchard fruits. Come buy, come buy. Apples and quinces, lemons and oranges, plump unpacked cherries, melons and raspberries, bloom down-cheeked peaches, sword-headed mulberries, wild, free-born cranberries, crab apples, dewberries, pineapples, blackberries, apricots, strawberries, all ripe together in summer weather. What didn't kill us? My mother-in-law's cooking by Jan Allison. I endured burnt offerings at the table, a meal cooked by my mother-in-law. If I hadn't been married her lovely son, I'd have walked straight out of the door. I heaved at every charred mouthful, smiled, and said the meal was divine. She told me she'd had cookery lessons, but her food was only fit to feed swine. Is my poem just a fairy story, or is it a clever allegory? The end.
Thank you, Yoshimi.
Thank you.
We received some comments.
Cool.
Highland Hibernier.
Annette. Yes.
Beautiful music, very calming. Thank you.
Oh, great. She was here for the last one too, even though it was totally in Japanese.
Oh, did she? Oh.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
Evelyn-san.
Oh, Pilin, สวัสดีค่ะ
It's a wonderful, happy place.
Yeah, thank you so much. She's joining from the States at this moment. So please stay safe. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, great.
I think we received a tip as well from Yuko-san.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the
あ
ありがとうございました Yeah, I really like this gavot だっけ Gavot It's really cute piece, no? Like yeah. So cute, and I really like the way you played because it's like first it's a little bit like hurrying and then it's really really cute なんかスピードっていうかこう弾き方がこう途中で変わったりしてすごく楽しかったです。
ありがとうございます。前菜。
ありがとう。
So, we finished appetizer.
Yes. Are we ready for the main course?
Okay, I'm ready for the main dish. I'm starving now.
Good. So am I. Okay, so what's the music for the main dish, main course? Takaaki, please. じゃあメインコース、メインディッシュをお願いします。
メインディッシュはお話に合わせようかと思ったんで、アメリカの、音楽をお届けしようとしっとりとそして、なんだろう心温まるお料理、 をメインにお届けできればなと思って大きな古時計を演奏します。
Yes. So I translate. So I've chosen a piece that may match the story, which probably takes place in America, and it's a music that may warm your heart.
Nice to hear you. Great music. Touchy.
Thank you so much. So the music is my grandfather's clock. You probably know, all of you may know, if you are from the English speaking countries or from Japan, because we all learn this piece of music in our primary school, right? Moe-chan,
Yes,
did
we
you
did.
learn it too?
I don't know. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's a lovely piece. Yep.
Okay. So what are we gonna hear about the story, Yoshimi?
Yeah, so the story is a rather unique piece that I found online, written by a lady called Emily Everett. The title is called Osterizer Classic Series 10 Cycle Blender. So it's kind of like a review on Amazon about a review of a food processor, a kind of a blender, no? A very powerful one. And then you will see how it brings out the life of a family in this story. Okay, then enjoy the main dish. お願いします。
「
Osterizer Classic Series 10 Cycle Blender by Emily Everett. Osterizer Classic Series 10 Cycle Blender. I highly recommend this blender and came here to say so. Since people buy for their homes on Amazon now, I thought I should leave my review where the most shoppers will see it. I have the original version. Oster have released it this year in their classic collection, but I'm sure the new one is just as good. My husband and I received this blender for a wedding present in 1975 in a color called Harvest Gold, though it's really more chartreuse than gold. My mother-in-law ordered it from the Sears catalog with a 10-year warranty, she told me. I think to make sure I knew just how much she'd spend on it, how much she could afford to spend on it. But I can assure you, we never needed that warranty. And the joke's on her in the end, since the osterizer has far outlived her. A lot of things in our kitchen at that time, all around our home for that matter, were secondhand. So the blender was quite a novelty. But with my husband and I both working full-time, I can't pretend it got a lot of use. Mostly, we used it to crush ice for drinks, to be sipped while dinner was in the oven. Everyone was drinking heavy wall bangers at that time, OJ and vodka with Galliano floating on the top. Crushed ice made it seem fancier, and in the early days of a marriage, it can be important to pretend things are a little better than they really are, even to each other. I wasn't much of a cook, but when my old college friends came over, I tried to make something really special so it didn't feel like we were just playing at being adults. I learned to make fondue, blending cottage cheese, cheddar, and heavy cream from the standard Osterizer recipes cookbook. It was the 70s. We could have been going a lot worse than chipping ice for mixed drinks, but we were still young in our own quiet ways. We read poetry aloud in the den, Frank O'Hara and John Ashbery, and sang Beatles covers around an acoustic guitar. Surrounded by friends, everyone swaying into the couch cushions, I always felt so pleased with us in those moments. Later, when the house was quiet, arms full of cups and ashtrays, I tell my husband what a nice night it had been. And he'd say that every night with me was a nice night. It seems like I was always chipping ice for one thing or another. Snow cones were a lifesaver. Our twins always wanted a big birthday party, all their friends and a scavenger hunt around the house and a little yard. Since I'd stopped working by then, I could make my own fruit juice syrup instead of buying so much ice cream and crush the ice fine as dust in the osterizer. Almost a decade of birthday photos show the girls stained nose to chin with wine-colored juice, faces turned up to the camera lens, both arms twisted around each other's shoulders. As they got older, I found more time to cook. I applied myself to the osterizer and its recipe book, and it rewarded me with quick breads, soups, salsa, even pancakes for slow Saturday mornings. Our kitchen was modest And each year, the new Sears catalog tempted me with shiny steel austere appliances we couldn't afford. But eventually, I did save up for just one, a toaster that fit 8 slices at once. Perfect for the 4 of us. I've heard people say that you should always eat dinner as a family. But in my house, breakfast was our time. At the table, before the frantic dash for books and bagged lunches, I soaked up their company. It was something to inhale, like a breath kept swelled inside until they returned from work and school and sports. The year we both turned 60, my husband and I decided to start eating healthy and walking more. So only frozen fruits and leafy greens went into the blender. But his health seemed to get worse, not better. It was hard to find something to cook that didn't bother his digestion. Then, the same week, my daughters brought the grandkids for a visit. A doctor diagnosed him with stomach cancer. It was triggered by a very common bacterial stomach infection, a very treatable thing had we known it was there. The details are not important for the purposes of this review, but I will say that the osterizer is very good for pureeing foods. Anyone who has ever taken care of a loved one at home knows that there's a time when swallowing becomes difficult, and from then on, neither liquids or solid foods are advisable. And there's a time too when blending food to mush is the only thing you can do for someone. And so you do it with fierce concentration, as if it were the most challenging recipe you'd ever prepared. There's even a time, though it seems impossible, when you will miss this unappetizing task and all the other tasks and long to do them again. I hope this review will urge some newlyweds to buy this blender or put it on their wedding registry. I have been to a fair number of weddings in my life, and I always give the couple an osterizer if I can find one. I suppose it's my way of setting them up for all of it, the best way I know how. My daughter, I remember, playfully rolled her eyes at us when she unwrapped hers, but the next week invited us over for margaritas straight from the blender. We brought over old records to play on the new turntable, another gift. It was a perfect night, and I told my husband so as we brushed our teeth before bed. Every night is a perfect night with you, he told me. The end.
Thank you, Yoshimi and Takaaki.
Thank you. So, what's the time now? Is it more than 40 minutes? I'm not so sure if I can serve the... Oh, is it? Oh. I wasn't sure if I could serve another plate, but I will save it for the other time. Mo-chan,
okay.
did you like the piece? Pieces, I mean,
Yeah, I
music
did.
in the story. Yeah?
Yeah. We received a comment from Kailin-san.
Yes.
Funny that you all learn Mr. Grandfather's Clock. I never thought that it was so international.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Like, we even have it in the Japanese lyrics as well, and we all know that. Yes, by heart, most of the kids.
Yeah,
funny
I wonder
thing.
it was only taught, in Japanese school, or
I think probably not in Thailand.
taught
I have
in Thai
never heard.
school as well?
No.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think so. Probably the melody is quite catchy, so it's easy to turn it into Japanese lyrics too, Yeah. I feel like buying a food processor after reading this piece. Not for my wedding, but just for myself.
You're convinced.
ラジオサンプル。
Yeah, it sounds really cool.
Yeah,
Greetings from a friend here in Maine. WHO is almost twice as old as that blender. Evelyn
Who?
Skeeter. Wonderful story.
Yeah,
So
Pilin,
much
thank
love.
you.
Amazing
So first comment was
grandfather's
from
clock.
Raleigh-san. Raleigh.
Oh, Mr. Larry. Yeah. Yes. I know. When the blender is powerful, it can last for long time, I guess. Yeah, I just bought
The second comment was from Evelyn.
yes. Yeah, Pilin said.
Okay. Okay. Oh, wonderful story. So much love. Amazing grandfather's clock.
Yes. I like the part that it like tick tock tick tock なんかそのチクタクするところのバイオリンがすごく良かった。I felt.
白井さん。
はいはい。
白井さん。
白井さん
あ、いる。いる。
あ
He's there.
Okay.
All right. So, the time is running. So I think we have to go. What time is it now, Moe-chan?
This is nerdy. Your story give me a new point of view about a blender MMM. Nice.
Indeed. Yeah.
quarter past 10 now in Japan time.
Quarter past 10. どうしようかな。読もうかな。まあちょっと無理だね。これで1個読んで、白井くんのが2個よくあるから。Okay, I think, yeah, let's move to the dessert and we have the last coffee or tea for you as well. So let's go to the dessert. So what's for
Have
the
we got
dessert
enough
plate?
space?
I hope so. I think today's main course was rather light, so I hope you have some space in your stomach. ね、
Alright.
じゃあデザートは何でしょう、白井くん。
デザートはかわいい、とてもかわいい
かわいい。
そう、かわいい
お
曲。
届けして、楽しくなんか踊り出したくなるような、リズムの曲で終わりたいなと思って、
はい、
映画のピッピの、テーマを演奏します。
はい。So, he chose some like a very, how to say, energetic and very fun piece for the dessert. And I also chose this same story. So the song is the theme of Pippi Longstocking, and I will read a part of Pippi's story that makes you even more hungry. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Make sure you have some space.
Alright then.
Okay, じゃあ、平井くんお願いします。Enjoy the last platter. Bye. Oh, no, not bye, but see you.
Bye for now.
Bye for now. Pippi Longstocking by Astrid Lindgren. Pippi moves into Villa Villekula. Now we are going to make a pancake. Now there's going to be a pancake. Now we are going to fry a pankai. Then she took 3 eggs and threw them up in the air. One fell down on her head and broke, so the yolk ran into her eyes. But the others she caught skillfully in a bowl, where they smashed into pieces. I always did hear that egg yolk was good for the hair, said Pippi, wiping her eyes. You wait and see. Mine will soon begin to grow so fast it will crackle. As a matter of fact, in Brazil, all the people go about with eggs in their hair, and there are no bald-headed people. Only once was there a man who was so foolish that he ate his eggs instead of rubbing them on his hair. He became completely bald, and when he showed himself on the street, there was such a riot that the police was called out. While she was speaking, Pippi had neatly picked the eggshells out of the bowl with her fingers. Now she took a bath brush that hung on the wall and began to beat the pancake batter so hard that it splashed all over the walls. At last, she poured what was left onto a griddle that stood on the stove. When the pancake was brown on one side, she tossed it halfway up to the ceiling so that it turned right around in the air, and then she caught it on the griddle again. And when it was ready, she threw it straight across the kitchen, right onto a plate that stood on the table. Eat, she cried. Eat before it gets cold. And Tommy and Annika ate and thought it a very good pancake. Pippi is a thing finder and gets into a fight. That morning, Pippi was busy making pepparkakor, a kind of Swedish cookie. She had made an enormous amount of dough and rolled it on the kitchen floor. Because, said Pippi to her little monkey, what earthly use is a baking board when one plans to make at least 500 cookies? And there she lay on the floor, cutting out cookie hearts for dear life. Stop climbing around in the door, Mr. Nielsen, she said crossly, just as the doorbell rang. Pippi ran and opened the door. She was white as a miller from top to toe, and when she shook hands heartily with Tommy and Annika, a whole cloud of flour blew over them. So nice you called, she said, and shook her apron, so there came another cloud of flour. Tommy and Annika got so much in their throats that they could not help coughing. What are you doing? Asked Tommy. Well, if I say that I'm sweeping the chimney, you won't believe me. You're so clever, said Pippi. Fact is, I'm baking, but I'll soon be done. You can sit on the wood box for a while. Pippi could work fast, she could. Tommy and Annika sat and watched how she went through the dough, how she threw the cookies onto the cookie pans and swung the pans into the oven. They thought it was as good as a circus. Done, said Pippi at last and shut the oven door on the last pans with a bang. Pippi goes to a coffee party. At that moment, Ella, the maid, came in with the coffee pot, and Mrs. Settergreen said, Please come and have some coffee. First, cried Pippi, and was up by the table in 2 skips. She heaped as many cakes as she could onto a plate, threw 5 lumps of sugar into a coffee cup, emptied half the cream pitcher into her cup, and was back in her chair with her lute even before the ladies had reached the table. Pippi stretched her legs out in front of her and placed a plate of cakes between her toes. Then she merrily dunked cakes in her coffee cup and stuffed so many in her mouth at once that she couldn't have uttered a word, no matter how hard she tried. In the twinkling of an eye, she had finished all the cakes on the plate. She got up, struck the plate as if it were a tambourine, and went up to the table to see if there was any cakes left. The ladies looked disapprovingly at her, but that didn't bother her. Chatting gaily, she walked around the table, snatching a cake here and a cake there. It certainly was nice of you to invite me, she said. I've never been to a coffee party before. On the table stood a large cream pie, decorated in the center with a piece of red candy. Pippi stood with her hands behind her back and looked at it. Suddenly, she bent down and snatched the candy with her teeth. But she dived down a little too hastily, and when she came up again, her whole face was covered with whipped cream. Goody! Laughed Pippi. Now we can play blind man's bluff, for we've certainly got a blind man all made to order. I can't see a thing. She stuck out her tongue and licked away the cream. This was indeed a dreadful accident, said she. And the pie is all ruined now anyway, so I may as well eat it all up at once. She dug into it with the pie server, and in a few minutes, the whole pie had disappeared. Pippi patted her stomach contentedly. The end.
Thank you, Takaaki and Yoshimi.
Yep. Welcome. Did you like our dessert?
I did. I didn't know the rubbing the egg yolk to the hair.
I don't know about the Brazilian people doing it part, but yeah. Maybe it's worth trying.
Yeah.
Well, I really loved Pippi when I was a child.
Pippi long stocking love it. I used to read it when I was a child. Oh yeah, I have a question. The person WHO plays the violin is HEC a blind person. Is it a live performance?
Oh.
Who is this? Who was that?
Daisy-san.
Daisy, yeah, because she can't also see. So yes, Daisy, this is Takaaki is also blind, and he was playing live. Yeah, not recorded. Yep, that's it. Oh, I'm glad that you could come. Yeah, yes, and he's my friend from high school time. Yeah, Pippi ne. Also, so Daisy, I wonder if it's translated in Bahasa Indonesian, or maybe you read it in Chinese, I don't know, or you even read it in English, I don't know, because she's from Indonesia, but she's Chinese Indonesian.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So I wonder, maybe you can tell me again. I read it in Japanese. Mo-chan, you said you haven't read it, right?
No, I haven't.
You should try. It's really cute. They even have cartoon series. I found it on YouTube.
Really?
Probably copyright violation, but
you shouldn't recommend me in the public.
Yeah. I will recommend you unpublicly then.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, great. So I hope you enjoyed that dessert. now it has come to the end of our dinner, which is the tea or coffee. You can choose either tea or coffee. Our last piece
アレクス・
for
マカ
tea
ー
or
ム
coffee
Awesome.
is
Thanks everyone. イベリンドスキエクタ
Thank
ー
you, Alex.
I love
thank you.
dog sky
Oh,
as
thank you,
a child
Alex. Yeah,
adore.
thanks a lot. So the last piece, let's ask Takaaki what it would be. 何ですか最後のコーヒー紅茶は。
最後
DC
は
ジュナーディ
どうしてもこの曲が
OH ミスタータカ
今日の
キーズア
テーマで
ルソブラインド
聴きたく
グレード
て、
Please
テ
say
ィファ
hi
ニ
from
ーにティファニー
Indonesia
で朝食をっていう朝食の曲みたいに思われがちなんですけど今日のディナーの最後にもいいかなと思いましてムーンリバーをお届けします。
All right. So the last piece I picked from a film again, a very old film called, is it Breakfast at Tiffany's, right? Mo-chan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
The song, the tune is Moon River. I think all of us know that. So that would be your last drink, that last bit of the dinner. あと白井くん、
はい
デイジーさんが
はい
白井くんは盲人だということを知って、よろしくインドネシアからよろしくお伝えくださいだって。デイジーさんも全盲だから。
ありがとうございます。
ちょっと見えるのかな？ちょっとだけ見えるかも。
Thank you.
Yep. So your hello was conveyed, Daisy. He has it now. All right. So Moon River it is. So enjoy tea or coffee. じゃあよろしくお願いします。Thank you so much. ありがとうございました。萌えちゃんいる？いない。
まいちゃんがいない。
来た来た。
Sorry, I was checking the comment.
いや。Okay, thank you so much. じゃあなんか白井くん、なんか最後に一言どうですか？
英語が喋れなくてごめんなさい。
I asked, would you like to share one word at the end? She said, sorry that I don't speak English.
Oh, you played violin. Violin.
そう。
弾いたか
バイオ
ら。
リンの方が死ぬほど難しいよ、英語より。
うん。
Much harder than speaking English.
Exquisite music
Definitely.
や
あと最後に投げ銭今日の URL の投げ銭はこの後も有効なので、もし、後々ゆっくりやりたい方は、ぜひ、チャレンジしてみてください。それから講座もね、いくつも書いてありますので、ぜひあーくんに皆さんご支援よろしくお願いします。
Thank you so much. So the translation, no? He said the link for the tip system is how to say it works even after the session ends. So this YouTube will be posted probably by tomorrow, and then the Facebook will be there anyway. So if you happen to know somebody who could donate or to tip, please go ahead. And you can also use 4 bank accounts that have been posted in the comment section. If you are not sure, please reach out. And then definitely there's a way. And thank you so much in advance. And also thank you to those who already tipped us. Every euro, baht, or yen, or pound, or whatever is very precious for our activities. So thank you very much.
Thank you in Indonesia.
Yeah, terima kasih, Daisy. Thank you so much.
Did you mention a bank account as well,
Sama-sama.
Yoshimi?
Sorry, what?
Did you mention the bank accounts as well, Yoshimi?
I did. Yeah. So we have bank accounts. We have bank accounts in Japan, Thailand, UK, and Germany. Yeah.
Germany.
Yes, the British one and the Germany one is from our supporter. The British one is from Moeno. So no worries, you don't have to worry that it will go into her pocket to buy mermaid or something.
No, mermaid. Hi, Lin-san. What a lovely story dinner. I love the mixed music, readings, and lots of poetry. We don't often get to hear much poetry these days. Thank you so much.
Isn't it? Yeah, thank you so much. I think so. I also am quite blind to the poetry world, and the Corona time has been kind of open. It has opened the door of the poetry world to me. So I'm trying to absorb different poetry, and I enjoy it. Yeah, I'm glad that you enjoy. Thank you so much for coming again. じゃあ、こんなところですかね。
はい。
Okay, thank you everyone. じゃあ、白井くん、thank you ぐらい言ってよ。
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye everyone. Have a lovely day or morning or evening. Good night to those in Asia. Bye bye. Kiss kiss. Thanks.